a journalist telling me from the CBC that there would not be a recession. All the experts knew it, and this was in December of 2019. And sure enough, 3 months later, we were nearly in a depression. So unpredictable events happen. On the issue of wealth inequality, our friends in the NDP are talking about a $6 billion wealth tax, but they're ignoring simultaneously the massive subsidized ballooning of the wealthiest people's assets through the quantitative easing program. The Bank of Canada is printing money and buying the assets of the very rich, ballooning asset prices, and causing billionaires to make vast fortunes regardless of what industry they're in. Not because of their sales, but because of the inflation of their asset values. That's $400 billion being pumped into the assets of very wealthy people. The NDP is concerned about $6 billion, fine. But I think all of us are asleep at the switch as the wealthiest people in the country gain the biggest increase in unearned wealth, perhaps in my lifetime. I'd like to ask Mr. Booth, can he shine some light on this monstrous wealth transfer from wage earners whose wages are being devalued by this money printing exercise to wealthy asset owners whose stocks, bonds, and real estate are ballooning in value?
Tough question to do in a minute, Mr. Booth, but Pierre is considerably over already. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I can do it. That's exactly what's happening. And a lot of the conversation that I hear today, well, it's well intended. It's dealing from within the system. And everybody's out to get their hand out from within the system. Well, the system contributes that overall inequality and makes it worse and worse and worse. And that's the problem. The system requires inflation and all the monetary easing. The interest rates in a free market would be way higher. Canada wouldn't be able to get away with it. That's why the printing of money to be able to drive that monetary experiment, which increases the wealth gap. It's way worse than that, and this is important. Right now, there's a bunch of let's fix the green economy, and some of that might be right, but think about it deeper. What that means is if today, right now, with solar coming on, it's a cheaper form of energy, and it's applying extra energy to the market. So that extra energy coming into the market at a lower price is just bringing down oil prices and everything else. And the only way to be able to overcome that and grow our economies out of that is manipulate money further. So in other words, an order of magnitude bigger problem on our entire climate is the printing of money. It's not the environment that people think it is. That's within the system. No matter how much innovation goes in, there has to be more printing of money to be able to stop that, to keep the inflationary system in check.
Thank you, Mr. Booth, for